Just pause that for a second. This is the EarStudio E100. ES100? What are you? Yes, ES100. And it's a Bluetooth dongle, just like the FIO BTR3 and the now famous or infamous MPOW, which doesn't have a model number. It's just you gotta look for this one that has a switch for the transmit or receive. So that's cool. And this is $30, and this is $70, and this one's $100. And oh my. So, Mr. Robot soundtrack. I've got them plugged into the Alaras, balanced, 2.5mm balanced, or 3.5mm normal output. Let's look back in for a second. Unpause it. Next track. So let's see that. Pause. I don't know if you can see the little glowing indicator. A lot of these are blue indicators. This one, the indicator on this, is just that green ring. And it's not just green. It turns red or white. We got to talk about it. Let's unplug the headphones, balanced headphones from it. MPOW is all plastic. $30, all plastic, lightweight, cheap. The FIO. Metal around the outside, metal clip. And then a, like, glass fascia. Like, this is an acrylic. It's really, actually pretty beautiful. This is all plastic. And a metal clip. But for good reason. You see, while I sit here playing Ennio Morricone, what's playing to that is my phone, and my phone's way away. My way away here. So, let's recover said phone. Hi, poop-oops. Poopum chuba doobers, you're in a video again. Yeah, I know. I'll make you your own Patreon, and then I'll build you a house with the money, okay? But who would support a Chewbacca standalone Patreon? And how would I get content? And what would you ask of her? Okay, pause for a second before copyright strikes. So, MPOW has very good range, all plastic. FIO, the original FIO Bluetooth, did not, because it was all metal, and then they just at the bottom was a little plastic where the antenna was, but it didn't really work. And this one's good. It's got good range, but it gets all tingy when you get out of range. And this is just amazing range. Go look at the ratings on it on Amazon. Just go look at the numbers. 800 and something reviews, and there's like 4.5 stars. What we're going to have to discuss, though, is not much the hardware. We're going to talk about the hardware for about 3 minutes. That bother you? I just really like the sound. So clip, plastic body, really cool indicator, just the ring. Actually, this is the second one. I lost the first one. In my apartment, somewhere, you're free to come look, somewhere in my apartment, is another one of these with a bright yellow dongle sticking out of it. Bright yellow, like the brightest yellow Google Chromecast dongle ever. And so I had to buy another one. And it's $100, and it's not that cheap, and the company didn't contact me to do it, so I bought this on my own. I've summoned the demon. Not a USB-C, so I wish it was a USB-C. I can't yell at them. They just started. They're doing this on their own. On this side, you get the 2.5mm output, play, pause, also the power button. You get next and last track buttons. On this side, 3.5mm output, positive, negative volume buttons, and there's your microphone. Charging port, indicator, LED, which, again, not bad. That's basically it. It's light. A little bit heavier than the MPOW just because of the metal clip, I think. And you're like, all right, Zeus, why is this $100? Why the fuck is this $100? No. This is free. This is nothing. This costs nothing. You know why? Because the app that controls it, that's worth $100 on its own. So let's put this said thing down. Actually, let's plug it in, so make sure it stays on. Unpause, NEO. Lower the volume. We'll lower the volume through the app. Hold on a second. Where's my screen cleaner? Jesus Christ. I didn't think this straight. I didn't think this through. Hold, Chewbacca. Daddy's doing a video. Daddy's doing a video. We gotta die. We're gonna have to stare at this. I'm probably gonna get a shit ton of reflections. I should shut some more lights off. Alright. How's my brightness? Brightness is down. Good. So here's the main page of the app, the EarStudio app. And I'll describe what's on screen. I hope you can see it. Let me see it with some blackness over here. On the left, it shows the input and the codec used. So Bluetooth LDAC 24-bit 44.1 is what's being sent to the LDAC from my phone here. And the output being used is the balance 2.5 with a 2x voltage multiplier. The battery life is at 70%. The analog volume, which is the volume of the actual unit, is currently set to 0.006 volts RMS, or negative 41.689 dBu, or negative 43.907 dBV. And it goes from negative 60 all the way up to plus 6, which enables overdrive. So you're like, oh wow, that's really finite control. In fact, we get the... One of the things you notice with this, when you hit the volume control on a normal device, you sort of hear it step up. And this has so many steps. Is it even going up a decibel? It's not even a decibel. So you have to actually hold it down to really swing the volume. You can see I'm controlling it here. Now source volume is the phone's volume. So if I'm in foobar and I raise the actual phone's media up, that's what that is. You can see that is what that is. This is pretty nice. A nice interface, Zios. What are you talking about? This is? I mean, it's nice, but is it worth $100? No. Shut the fuck up. You see, everything you see here is just the top skim layer of this. Let's press something. Let's push anything. Let's push the battery indicator. Oh, shit. Battery care mode. Let's put that on. Battery care mode requires you rebooting. You want to reboot it now? No, I'm going to cancel that for now. But you put in battery care mode, which means when you charge the unit, it'll only charge between 80 and 90%. It'll never charge to 100 because it's not good to store batteries at full charge. Literally the only thing on that I know of that does that operation is I have the Motorola turbocharger packs, and you could set them in my fucking smartphone to only go to 80% on the phone. So the phone's at 80%. So the phone's internal battery never goes to 100. Doesn't need to. It just stays at 80. And this little fucking $100 Bluetooth receiver has that option to smart charge the battery so the battery lasts forever. Then you have 3 different charger modes. Normal charge, connect, disconnect to USB charger or host PC will reboot. Auto power off when charger connected, so when you plug it in it shuts it off, or auto power off when charger disconnects. So, okay, that's a lot. Oh, there's more. Power mode, normal power, when connected to the charged USB hose, battery is charging, get the source power from USB. Self-powered mode, that means, oh, you could use this as your computer DAC. That's another thing. So you plug that in, and I had it on my computer. I was just charging one day. I have a bunch of USBs on my desk, and I picked one up that's plugged into my computer, not just into a power brick. And all of a sudden, this was now my sound card on my computer. And it sounded amazing. Because it does sound amazing. You cannot... Well, you can host this off your phone if you wanted to not do Bluetooth. You could literally just stick this into the back and just have it be a thing. But it won't go to 24-bit mode on Android. Only on iOS. Oh, we'll get to that part. Self-powered mode. So, will not be charged. If you are one of those people who doesn't want this thing to charge while playing music... You could literally have it run off the battery and just be a signal box and just run off that. So that's, I pushed the battery indicator and we got through all that shit. Let's push the input indicator. Oh my shit god. Active input, codec, LDAC, excuse me, all that. I could choose the buffer length. I could choose the fucking buffer length for LDAC from 0, which is short, to mid, to long 10 safe. And then it explains what the buffer length actually does. I'm not going to read this all to you. Go download the app. And you could just dick through the app, even if you don't have the unit. Because this app's going to sell you. It sounds great. It's got a bunch of great things. Just scroll through it. Bluetooth codec options. You could disable options. If you don't want it to try to use, well, you have to have it use SBC, and you have it try to use LDAC. Apparently, those are mandatory. Baby, come up in this chair. Come here. New Herman Miller. Up. Well, refurbished. Get up. All right, Chewbacca's going to assist in this review now. You could literally disable those. A reference macOS Bluetooth codec setup guide. Do not scratch at the Herman Miller, you bitch. Don't do that. Then you have HD Jitter Cleaner. For Bluetooth or USB DAC mode, you could have that on. And I have them both on because I haven't really noticed any negatives by turning them on. Which, if you don't know what jitter is when the timing between two devices is off. Microscopically. So a CD player with a fiber optic output and a computer with a fiber optic input, if it's flashing and it's flashing slightly different, you might get 1 or 2 bits that are off, and the jitter is what that is. So you want to, if you have problems, you can shut that off. If you don't have problems, leave it on. Then it goes into this, which I don't think is an option as much as it is just pimping itself. ES100 single tone performance, and it goes through and it shows you graphs. Can I click on any of them? I can't click on them of single tone performance on different phones. The Galaxy S9. The AAC from iOS. Okay. I'm glad I clicked like that. You know how many of these I found accidentally? Like, it's like getting an adventure game, and all of a sudden you're allowed to, like, just dick through the menu. Let's press the output now. Oh, shit. Auto output lock, which we could turn on, and that will switch it from... In other words, down here, you literally get to choose what the output is. So you have 2 jacks on this, but each jack has 2 power modes, normal and high performance, or 2x current mode. And you could lock it so that you tell it, only output of this port at this voltage. Otherwise, it'll just auto switch depending on which one you go into, and you should not plug into both. That's a no-no. How does it even fit 2 plugs across? That feels like it's too short. Makes no never mind. Anyway, so you get into this. It explains dual drive technologies here with the jacks and the differential jacks, and explains things very clearly. I'm not going to start reading them. This review will take 45 minutes. Single-ended unbalanced, left, right, 3 common ground. Gives you the voltage and the peak and output impedance around 1 ohm. And then high performance mode is an output impedance of 0.5 ohm. And then when you go down to balanced, you have normal and double X voltage, which will put out 6 volts, 6.4 volt peak to peak. But provide the same performance. The only difference is the voltage limit. So it's not going to get actually louder when you double the voltage. It just increases the limit. And then this entire thing explains balanced always better. And it just explains why balance is better. And here's the diagrams to show you what the amp noise is doing. And that's how your pins should be set up if you're going to use it. Oh my God. Oh, and here's an interesting note. I'm going to say this. I was deciding if I was or wasn't going to say this. But down here, do not connect output through adapters like this. So it links an Amazon link. That's an affiliate link for HeadFi. So I don't know the full backstory of the Redstone ES100. But I do know if you click that link and buy something, HeadFi gets money. Just pointing that out. Both connections are short of a... So that's just weird. I found that weird. Back. So now I've pushed all 3 of those. Now what else we got? So we got analog volume, and we got the slider with all these numbers. But there's also a gear. A fucking gear. You believe there's a gear here? Hold on, let's hit this gear. Channel trim volume. So, left and right balance. You can adjust so minutely. Hold on. Was it half decibel? Is it half decibel? Thank God. So you can adjust half decibel increments from balance to -6, left or right. I don't know why you shouldn't be able to do both, but you can. You just do the one. Oh God, it was down a little bit. You could set a maximum volume limit. Now this is great because remember, where the fuck is it? Did I lose it? I had the no, there it is. Remember this? Remember this $300 fucking THX digital amazing power amp? I love this thing. I love the THX portable. But it doesn't have a volume limitation, so when you accidentally twist this knob, it kills you in your headphones. That's a real concern. I'm sorry I'm not staring at the wallpaper. This little $100 thing, this little plastic $100 thing, has a maximum volume limit. You could set it anywhere from +6 to -60. And this way, if you're going to use one specific pair of headphones, or more likely IEMs with this thing, and you know what's going to blow your fucking brains out, you set 2 decibels below blow your brains out. And it never goes past it. Holy fuck. Is it worth $100 yet? Alright, output level estimation. I thought this was hilarious. You could literally disable it. So you could just have no output level estimation, or you can't, don't have the 2 volume controls, only the 1. Set it up as a preamp like we currently have it, or you can hit headphone amp and literally put in the impedance and sensitivity of whatever IM or headphone you're using. And it will set the output level according to what it thinks it should do based on that calculation. I reviewed like multi-$1,000 amps. I reviewed that RME ADI2. This is shit I would have expected from the RME if the RME had an app. I need Redstone. I need them. These guys. Hey, put out $1,000 amp DAC for my desk and just put this app attached to it. Because holy fuck. And it goes. Look at the words. I've never seen an app that explains itself so plainly. So what happens when I hit Bluetooth up here? Oh God, I hit the Bluetooth button and now it's showing me Bluetooth status, including the address of the file, how to do multi-point pairing, and the reference to the Mac OS Bluetooth codec setup guide. Oh Jesus, shit. I think that's the only option in here. This is more information than anything else. Okay, so now I've hit 4 things up here. That thing, there's a question mark next to the source volume. Of course, there's just an entire diagram explaining the actual analog versus source volume and how that controls it. This is the best. This is the best thing. And we're just on the first page. There's also equalizer, sound control, ambient sound, and if you come back to home, the menu. The menu. We haven't even gotten to the menu. Are you bored with this video? Am I not? Hold on. We'll stare at Bowsette for a little while. So, if we go here into said menu, your options are device search, move device, and Bluetooth pairing. And Bluetooth pairing is that Bluetooth menu, so you don't have to go to that. That's the one that's up there. What's in here that's not anywhere else, you can power off the unit from your phone. Miscellaneous controls. So, more volume things. Mic volume, because there is a microphone on the unit itself here that you can use for phone calls. So it doesn't just plug in and rely on, if you have a 4-pole, you could just plug normal headphones into this. You plug normal headphones into this, and if you clip this high enough onto your person, that microphone is actually pretty good for phone calls. So just pointing that out, that's, and these other ones, I think this has a mic input somewhere on it. Yeah, right there, a little microphone. I like this one better. So you could set the microphone volume with a preamp of +21, and you can go from -6 to +60. And then you get the tone control. So when you turn on a unit, sometimes it plays like a ding dong, like a hello, welcome to fucking whatever. The tones that are generated from this unit sound amazing. Like that's a weird praise to give it. But you literally turn it on, it's like, and it's like, wow, that's like 24-bit quality of just a sound. And you could actually, can I do that? Hold on. I'm going to pause my music. It's just doing doo-doo-doo-doo. So let's make it as loud as possible. So that's another option in miscellaneous controls, because they couldn't fit the controls anywhere else in the controls. Everything else in this menu, the manual, the entire manual is here. The entire quick start guide, warnings, firmware version history, where to buy it, which I'm sure will also push affiliate links, support email, and about us. Let's see what about us says. Oh, it brings me to Radstone. For Radical Sound. Radstone is short for Radical Sound. It is a full stack audio company with a vision to make everyone enjoy high quality sound easier than ever before. And honestly, they have. Like, it's just, the sound quality of this rivals like the FIO Q5. Like the big bastard, which is charging over there because I used it today. Like, it's good. This is good. This is some high-end shit. So we're done with this page. Are we done with this menu? Equalizer. So down here, I'm sure I'm just face revealing constantly. This is terrible. This will be the review that gets me done. You go to the equalizer. You could turn it on and off. Just turn it on. Setting it up. EQ, Q factor, filter bandwidth, either wide or narrow. EQ processing headroom. And you can set the pre-gain for everything you're doing. I've got $500 portable players that don't give you this much say on EQ and adjustments. Look how, first of all, just look how beautifully that's rendering. Like, that's just rendering it so nice. Let's change the, let's go to a wide thing, and then go back. There we go. Oh my God. Just touch me with that. Touch me with that silky smooth interface. Oh. That's terrible, by the way. Don't do that. I think I can reset it if I hit this menu. Yeah, guess what that menu just brought up. I didn't even know that menu existed. I've been through this app for fucking weeks, and I didn't recognize that lets me pick 4 presets: flat, acoustic, bass boost, bass reducer, classical, dance, deep, electronic, hip-hop, jazz, Latin, loudness, lounge, piano, pop, R&B, rock, small speakers, spoken word, treble booster, treble reducer, vocal booster. Vocal booster. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, there you go. That's what a vocal booster looks like. Yeah, now this... just this, I'm going flat now, and I'm going to disable the EQ because it's not quite DSP adjustment. It's not quite what this is doing, but it's like one step under it. The fact that you could choose wide or narrow, I mean, my Koan can do it, but it's very rudimentary with like 5 bands, and this thing is how many bands? With a preamp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10-band EQ. Sound control. DCT levels. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Let's hit the question mark. I'm sure it'll tell me everything I need to know once I hit that question mark. DCT, or Distinctive Clear Technology, is Radstone's proprietary technology that eliminates subtle digital noise inherently in old digital sources. So you could turn that on. In fact, I have that on. I'm going to shut that off. Crossfeed. Didn't we just talk about crossfeed with the fucking Monoprice, where they're using the Dirac sense surround? It's not as good, but you do get 10 levels of it, or 9 levels of it. No, it starts at 1. You get 11 levels of it because it starts at off and then goes to 10. So you could turn on crossfeed, which is the act of allowing some of the right channel to bleed into the left channel to bleed into the right channel, to give you a more natural sound built into this built in. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to win $500 instantly. Did you know that? I want this to not shut off, so I'm sorry, Boozette. I know I should be looking at you the entire time, but I want to see what the hell this thing says. Then we get to pick the filters for the AK4375A DAC digital filter. And it's on slow roll-off. You can do sharp roll-off. You can do short delay, sharp roll-off. So this is sharp delay, short roll-off. Yeah, let's do that one. How about the DAC oversampling rate? 1, 2, or 4x? Let's go 2x. I feel like 2x is what I want to go with. So these are all in sound control. And, because I started playing music, it comes up with a not available with LDAC, because my phone is hooking up to that with LDAC, and LDAC doesn't allow it to use crossfeed or DCT. So if I had a lesser codec, if I blocked LDAC from connecting, or didn't connect aptX, and then it would have an ability to do that. And then ambient sound, which is interesting. So let's turn on ambient. Huh? Let's turn on ambient. Where's my sound? Yeah, let's put that up. What that does, what ambient sound does, if you're wearing closed headphones, it actually will let the microphone right now is playing through the headphones. Like when you get those Sony 1000s and you hold your hand against the side of it and you could hear the world. It's like that, but not quite as good, because, I mean, it's a mic for phone calls. It's not like Sony has it on the headphone and it's stereo and You can set the ambient shortcut key if you want this. So you can just hit this button and all of a sudden you could hear through this microphone. Not the best microphone. Actually, hold on, if I put this up, oh, that's going to be bad. Hold on. Hello? I'll try to give you a sample. Are you ready for this? Hello? Are you ready for this? This is probably terrible. Ignore that. It's way better than that, but it's not great. Put this back on. Lars is so good. Oh, I have the HD 58Xs here. I should plug those in. I hate when I do it. Hate when I get out multiple things for a review. Thank you, Chewbacca. I don't need that. And I don't only use one. Yeah, Jubilees, baby. Jubilees, baby. Sliding this around on the tent with the microphone on. That's some ASMR right there. Okay, ambient is you literally that's ambient. So I turn it on, and then I get to mix between the two, and there's a shortcut key. I think we've covered everything. Problems with the unit. Every other unit, including the new player, the M7 is only a rocker. Plus and minus, press is volume, hold is next track. Same with this. Play, pause, but next, up, volume, hold, next track. The problem with going with one on either side is they don't have any different feel to them. They're very flat, they're very short. You can see it's much shorter than what's on like this BTR3. There's no indicator for up and down. There should be a nipple on the plus side, and there should be a nipple on the next track side. But they're also on different sides of the unit, and I can't ever remember if I'm unbalanced or if I'm on 3.5mm, if it's upside down in my pocket, if it's backwards in my pocket. So I get lost a bit. I think if you did the same routine every time, if you always had balanced, and you knew that, or you knew where the power button, the power play pause button was, you know it's play pause, next track. And then the other side would be volume up. If you clipped on like this, you would know that that's up and that's next. But I think they could have gotten away with just one big, just to keep. This is one thing I didn't like ask for. I thought I might have liked it. I'm like, oh, they have individual track selection and volume. That'd be great. And not if you can't delineate like you should be. Like that is literally the exact same button on the other side. And there's no feel difference. And in your pocket, which is where this is probably going to be, if it's not clipped up here, even if it's right here, you're not going to look at it to like fucking figure that out. Oh, there was also, I didn't even see that option. Oh my God, where is it? Where was it? Was it in MISC controls? Yeah, here. LED options. The LED, the little glowing ring, which was brighter in my original unit. You can do red, green, blue. Blue for connecting, red when it's charging or dying, green when it's just probing. Or set it to white only. Where is it? Now it's white. That's a much dimmer LED. Is there a brightness on that? There's no brightness. Or off. You could have no LED indicator at all. And then hands-free profile of 1.7, which I don't know what that actually means. It's something to do with internal phone controls. Run the jewels. I don't want to risk that being heard. This unit, yes, it's a nice Bluetooth receiver. On its own, I would review it and I'd be like, wow, it's balanced. And it's got, you know, individualized buttons, and it's got really good range and very good battery life. We started this review at, what, 74%? We're at 70 now? And it's just sitting here playing, I mean, it wasn't really playing music, it was 20 minutes in. I've never killed it. I've got it down to like 20%, and there's always plenty of time to either finish what I'm doing and charge it again, or just, you know, okay, that's all day usage. I really, really like this unit. I love that fucking app. It's worth the extra $30 over the FIO. If you have the FIO, if you like the FIO, if you want something if you don't need that, by all means, the FIO BTR3. However, yes, it is USB-C, thank you, but it's also not balanced, and balance can make a difference, and there's a little more power in this EarStudio than there is in this. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And frankly, this is like my choice now. It just is. It has to be. It has so much going on for it. EarStudio. It's like the Fleerk. The Fleerk little infrared that lets me take my Emotiva remote and, you know, change tracks with it. Even though this remote should be controlling that unit. It's like, what am I going to do with this remote? Throw it in a bin because I don't need it. No. Fleerk is $20. Re-review of the Fleerk right now. Your little USB plug. You plug it in. That's it. It's got a window in the back of it. You pick up any remote control in your house, infrared remote control in your house. You open the software. It's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, media keys, next track. What button do you want on your remote? I'm like, this one. Learned. Done. The software for that's a little piece of hardware that does whatever it does. And the software comes up, and you can have a full keyboard. You could have a Boxy. You could do Roku stuff, and you just tell any remote. You have an old VCR remote. You could just tell it. This, it's a little Bluetooth dongle. It sounds really good. It's got a nice finite volume control, and it's got balanced output. And then it has this fucking app attached to it. With every conceit. I made this. It feels like I made it. But I would have it highlighted. Like I would have a way to get to all these things where I don't have to actually start clicking on like random. It feels like I'm playing Myst. Remember that game? What was the predecessor to Myst that everyone played? They don't know the name Myst. Whatever it was. Where you have to press something like... Maybe the quick guide has another option in it. So here, look. Here's all the things you can press. Oh, fucking son of a bitch. It literally shows a screenshot. And all the red fingers showing everywhere you can press. Look how dirty my screen is. From just using this app to show things off. Radson. This is great. It's $100. You've already got the app built. Now make one that's like... Give me this. Give me the X2 XD5 of this. Put the Bluetooth in it. Make it a monster. I want to buy a monster from you. Hell, you know what I would do? Because this is the Bluetooth module for this XD05, and it's nice. Range is shit. Take this, blue tack it down. You get 3.5mm to 3.5mm. Boom, everything becomes Bluetooth compatible. And don't forget, do not forget, you can use this on your computer. You literally can plug. If you don't have an amp DAC and you want a good damp DAC, but you also want to go portable occasionally, $100. Done. And it just plugs into your computer and works. It just plugged into my computer to charge. All of a sudden, my headphones are playing again. Like, what the hell? It took over my computer. I've littered my desk now with things. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this review because patrons get to see this video first, by the way, by about a week. And if there's none left or this price has gone up to like $120, that's their fault. You should join my Patreon for $5 a month to see these reviews about a week early. You also get the benefit if you join my Patreon to ask me questions. You could either message me there, or if you jump up to a $10 tier, you get into a private Telegram chat, which is probably why my phone is buzzing right now. Yes, it is. Also, I'm trying to think of the third. The yard sale comes up. Now, I would normally buy something like this or this or this, review it, use the Patreon money to buy it, review it, and when I'm done, put it in a yard sale, try to make back 60-70% of my money. I can't. I can't with either one of these. Both of these are so good, I'm going to keep them. Because this one, sometimes you just want to pick something up that's metal, and it's good enough, and it's great for IEMs, and I like the form factor and the way it changes tracks. But then other times I plug this into balance, and I'm like, holy fuck. By the way, why am I still wearing these? These are so hot. Oh, can't they make better pads for those? They don't. Nothing works good on Sennheisers. Move out of the way, everything. We're trying to give this its fucking moment to shine. That wallpaper in the description. The link to this, the link to the BTR3, the link to the MPOW in the description. The link to the FLIRC in the description, because I just talked about it and how it can change tracks, play, pause. I even have it set to loop page down and then arrow up and then enter so I can pick songs. Oh my god, it's amazing. I'm losing my mind. This is not helping me not lose my mind, because that app is giving me anxiety. If the app gives you anxiety, you don't need to use the app. You have no need to install the app. This will just Bluetooth to your phone and you're done. Or you save $30 and get this, but you don't get bounced. Or you save $70 over this and just get the little MPOW for $32, and that's a damn good start to Bluetooth happiness. Bluetooth is not terrible. In fact, if my phone had a headphone jack, I wouldn't even know about this thing. So there you go. One of the benefits of throwing fucking phone jacks away on phones is that I know about the EarStudio. Because imagine if a phone came with something as complicated as this inside of it. It'd be an $8,000 phone. Download that wallpaper, check out the Patreon, either in the middle of the screen here, the upper right, or in the description. Check links. Check out the GoFundMe for RMAF. That's coming up. I'm trying to get a room there. I'm getting a room there, and it's just going to cost as much as a car. So check that out. And I appreciate you all stopping by, and I will see you all tomorrow. Right? Right.